What's up, guys? So today we're going to be playing the MT-25, and I did 3-mark this thing. I actually forgot, but it was pretty easy to get it. If again, like I always say, if you're a competent light tank player, you can probably get close. Like, it's pretty easy with this vehicle. But anyway, we're going to be playing with this vehicle today. It's been a long time since I've played like consistent battles with this vehicle, and I actually kind of like it. Some changes have been made to World of Tanks, so we now have Sixth Sense here. As a regular commander feature, so I just put on repairs, but it looks like XVM is also broken, so I guess they have to make an update, because I did reinstall it, but it's just not going through here. But this is a good vehicle, guys. It really has, it's good dispersion, it has good mobility, it's a fun tank to play, and in my opinion very good for someone who's new to the game. Like, you can make mistakes with it. It's very forgiving, and just with its mobility and its decent accuracy, in my opinion. And the DPM isn't great, but when you use it with this gun, you tend to get a lot more shots off, and if your aiming isn't the best, and all this, so really it's just a good tank in my opinion for a beginner, and it's just very, very forgiving. And because of that, I feel like it's a very enjoyable tank to play. Also, if you're really good at the game, because if you know how to use mobility, especially like this thing's traverse is insane, man. So if you know how to use that, you will be pretty well off in the game. So I have looked at these guns. Really, in my opinion, you have these two options. I don't think the 45mm is really worth it. I think the pen is too low, but 57mm is pretty good, and the 76mm is like, if you want to do a little bit more damage per shot, I would go with this. But look at the DPM. Like, the DPM is just pretty atrocious in my opinion. This gun actually has more pen on the gold rounds, but less on the standards than this one does. And yeah, you can go back and forth with these two, but ultimately I went with this gun just because the accuracy is much better. You know me, I love accurate guns, so. And yeah, like, talking about the DPM, in my opinion, like, if you're a player that will shoot gold rounds and can afford to shoot the APCRs, take the 57mm. You're going to be better off. All right, so that's really about it. Looking at this vehicle, I do run it with, right now I'm running it with optics, optical calibration, V-stab, and the binocs. It's getting us 509 view range. We could try and run this thing probably with vents instead. It might get us enough view range. Let's see. Let's throw vents on here. 464. Yeah, I think we'll stick with that. And then we have 33% concealment. That's enough. And yeah, the crew's pretty good. So now we're at 0.31 dispersion. And we'll go with this. So let's go ahead and get into the games, guys. And we will hope for the best here. So one option is to pull off V-stab and run low noise exhaust. I don't think it's necessary. With 33% concealment and this being at tier 6, I think this is, more than enough concealment, in my opinion, to do what we need to do. If you get up to tier 7, then maybe not so much. Let's go ahead and drop this down just a bit. The thing is, the higher tier you go, the more view range people have. So that's how you kind of have to determine like how much concealment you're really going to need. If I can get over 30% at tier 6, that is more than enough for me. Tier 7, that's where you start getting, you might want to run low noise exhaust, but at tier 8, that's when I run it. I run low noise exhaust and the CVS, and that combined with the optics, is really good for every single light tank, in my opinion. So I see that this is a tier 7 game. I'm going to load APCRs. We're on Mannerheim line, and on Mannerheim line, what I like to do from this spawn is I always come to around E4 area, right in this little pocket, and from here you can usually get spots on people that are going across the A line, I guess I'll call it, this A-B line area. The thing is, at tier 6 without the CVS, I don't know, we'll see if this will work. It might not. Something else to keep in mind is that the gun depression is not very good on this thing. So it's something to be cautious about. I'm not really seeing anyone here. There's the VK. He will have me lit. very interesting playing without XVM. I think that the updates they did made it so that the XVM team now has to go in and make some more updates to their client because it's not going to be very compatible with the game right now. Alright, so we have both KV2s going to the north. I'm just kind of looking at this. This is pretty amusing to me, but we'll see what happens. There's really not much to... There's not really much to do in this area, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Like, normally, when I play on Mannerheim Line and I go to that area, I at least get a couple shots off. There's something to do. I'm not really seeing any opportunities here, so I'm just gonna go up and support the KV2s instead. I don't see any other good play we can make right now. So we'll just do that, and I can see like the T-25, P-43, like some of these people look like at least that they're trying to push in. So if I can get over here and support them, that would probably be one of the best plays I can think of making right now. Let's see if we can get some shots at the VK. He's kind of in the ditch here. I like to take an angle like this. There's a little rock here I can get to. And this is our play, guys. We're just going to hang out here. The south does not look like it needs help currently. Although eventually they probably will. The KV3 should be back here. The KV3 is like... The KV3 sitting here is not really a good thing in my opinion. Should probably reposition slightly. And these guys are being very timid. Got a couple shots into the T-25. I'm trying to determine like which side is going to need the most help at this point. I'm feeling that the south is going to break down at this point. Yeah, it pretty much has. And like, see, the KV2s making this play is just a very... They must be in a platoon. But them making this play is strange. Like, it's like usually you would expect KV2s to be on the other side of the map. So I don't know if they were over there, what things would be looking like right now. Yeah, be careful with this thing, guys. It's very easy to flip over because it like maneuvers so quickly sometimes. You just... It's really like fat. You can flip over kind of easily. Let's do something like this. Try and get some shots at the stirrer meal. I don't think these guys even have the view range to spot me, even if I fire. Let's see. Okay. And yeah, the AT is very low on HP as well. This is good because he's even a one-shot to me. Just gonna kind of pull in here. Yeah, I think this guy's still too far to spot me, so I'm gonna sit here and I will start taking shots if he pokes again because I don't think I'll be lit. I don't think these guys have the view range from here. Although Stirrer Emil does have pretty good view range. When it runs Binox, like, because I've played that vehicle, man, I think I had like 480 view range with Binox, so... This T-150 came back. I'm almost thinking at this point we can push this because both of these guys are one-shots. I don't know what the... I know the VK can hit me really hard, but at this point I think it's almost worth taking the risk. And okay, he eliminates the AT. And now I think we can go after the Stirrer Meal for sure. T-52 is going to come with me. And I got to play this tank. I know someone just asked me about the T-52. I've never played it, I don't think, unless I have one of those rental periods. But it's a really good tank. It's basically like this tank, but in the body of an LTTB. That's kind of what it feels like to me, anyway. Alright, we're gonna come up, smack this guy a few times. Let's see. Try and load some APs. I might be able to flank this dude at this point. VK is here. Can I get the right angle? Okay. I think we support the T-52 and all these guys by coming around this cliff. I would draw on the map, but I can't do it because I don't have XVM right now. We're going to come around this way. Okay, they cleaned up the T-50, T-150, whatever. We're still going to come this way. Might be able to draw the attention of the 105. He could have went to like A0, like it's possible, right? All right, we're gonna come up. I'm gonna do this. Probably lit here. No, not yet. Now I am. This guy's tracked. Trying not to shoot the APCRs, but the APs are just so, like 112 millimeters of pen, man. It's just, it's enough, but. There's P43. Okay. This is why I should just keep these loaded. Like, what's the point, you know? God, this thing's annoying. I never knew these things had so much armor. Okay. So, what do we do? 1,171 damage, 97 assist, whatever. I don't really... Spotting damage on this game just wasn't happening with the way things were kind of going, so... I think we did our best there. We're probably going to lose a lot of coin from the APCRs, but I think we did all right. Yeah, I mean that was a pretty good game for that map. I have nothing really more to say about it. I think it was a very standard game. I don't think we have to really go into detail about anything. So let's just jump into the next game. But yeah, in terms of spotting damage for that map, it's not the easiest. You have a few bushes you can go to, right? I think from the other side you have a better bush. You can go into that one that's in the middle, right before you get to that edge there, where the frozen like river or lake is, and it's good. There is another bush you can get into on the opposite side. Light tank players will know what I mean. This should be fun. Light tank players will kind of understand what I mean, but there's a gap between the rock and the bush on Mannerheim Line on the spawn that we had. If you go to the center there, and I don't like it. I feel like I get spotted every single time I try and do that, so I don't make that play anymore. I think we might honestly try for the standard bush here. That's what I'm thinking anyway. It depends, like where's the LTG gonna go? Because the LTG... He doesn't look like he's going there. I'm gonna try for it. Let's see what happens. going to sit right here for now. There's type. This guy is making a very good play right now because, yeah. I'm not gonna fire though. I don't want to get spotted. But this is a good play to make. I was considering making this play. The thing is, I feel like on Malinovka, you have two very aggressive plays that you can make. You can come to this bush, and if you get spotted, you could die, right? Like, people are ready for that a lot of times now because passive scouting has become so popular that everyone knows all these bushes. Or you can make up the play to do what these guys just did, and now LTG has died and Type 64 has died. And this is a perfect example for me to show you because these guys both just died in the first minute of the game, pretty much. So this is why Malinovka can be tricky, because on Prokhorovka you have a lot of plays you can make, usually from both sides. There's several plays you can make from each side. Some are more aggressive than others, or you can just active scout. Like on this map, the field is wide open. You can't really active scout. You can try running up here and then coming back down and stuff like that, but it's tricky. This 1357 isn't in the worst spot, but I feel like if you get lit here, like, it's really easy for people to get shots into you. So, and like, depending on where you are, like, once these guys get up to the hill, they're probably going to have shots at him going this way. So I don't know, it just doesn't seem like the best play in my opinion. But yeah, again, like, all the good plays on this map are very aggressive. This bush, this play to go to where the defender is, you know, these are the two big light tank plays that you now that are now known and that you can do on this map. And again, like, I never like to die early, but these are really the only two options. Like, I feel like you might be able to come up here and sit in here or something like that, but those are really your only two options, at least from this side of the map. From the other side, you can sit in here. There's a bush right here, and you have people that you can spot, like, sitting in here and coming up this way. But that's how I see this map from the northwest spawn, is both moves that are good light tank moves from the beginning are just very daring and aggressive, and that's just the way the map kind of is. So, but yeah, we're gonna sit here, guys. I know it's kind of boring, but in my opinion, I think we're still doing all right here. The VK is over here. This is interesting. Is he spotted, or? If I were him, I'd probably, like, get in the bushes, you know, in case someone's, like, over here or something, but. Alright. We're at 500 spotting. I mean, this isn't terrible. The defender's going to start taking, like, all my spotting, though. I'm thinking we can make, honestly, at this point, I'm thinking we can make a play, like a really aggressive play, like maybe something like this. Like getting this bush line, because the 1357 is so far back, you know, that maybe we can do something like this. I don't, yeah, we should be, well, we're spotting the Thunderbolt, so that's good. VK is here. I just want to make sure I'm not going to get lit, you know. Let's see. I think we're good here with 33% concealment. Honestly, guys, I think we're good, but I'm kind of getting a little nervous. Okay, he got a shot to the 1357. That's brilliant. Yeah, I don't think anyone has any idea that I'm here. So we're at 1800 spotting. Are we spotting this? Yeah, we must be spotting this M4. I'm hoping people have the render range. That's what the problem is here. Is like, I'm not even sure if these guys have the render range to take this guy. I'm gonna kill this guy and move up. Okay, we're spotted. I'm gonna go back actually. Just wiggle my way out of here a little bit. And we didn't even take a hit, which is incredible if you ask me. Let's see if we can get like into here now. I'm thinking we go even further, guys. Honestly, like, this game is progressing very, very quickly for Malinovka. And they sent, like, nobody to the hill. I think that's really why. I think them sending nobody to the hill was a big mistake, and that's why this game is turning out the way it is. But they left the middle open, too. Like, this is a very... You see how I kind of looked at the map and made these adjustments almost on the fly? I went, I'm going to make a play to go right down the middle, because you can kind of see, like, who's spotted. And what the defender did, the defender opened that play up for me, because the defender moved in, and I could tell that there was no one that was left here, and it didn't look like there was anyone on this corner either. So it makes it very easy to just run right up the middle, because no one has the view range to really come after you. So at this point, we now own the whole map. You know, the M4's here. I'm going to come out this way and try and dive into this ditch. Like this. And at this point, we'll probably die here, but we'll end up spotting almost the entire rest of the team. Just going to kind of do this, do one of these, and there's Oni. And I'm just trying to stay, like, in this ditch so I don't really get whacked by unnecessary fire. Load APCRs. I think Yagpans are spotted me or something. Keep in mind that you are not safe in this ditch from all fire, guys. I'm sitting kind of in this area because I know I'm safe from most of the TDs, but like Oni had a shot on me and stuff. Don't do this play unless it's very close to the end game, you know. Like, this is not a play that is going to work if a lot of people are still alive on the map. So just keep that in mind. Just waiting for this guy's side. Okay, perfect. Now we're going to go in for it, guys. There's still four enemies left. Scorpion, Lanson, and the two Arties. We should be fine. There's Scorpion. Lanson should kill me, and that's the game. So I did, what, 4,300 spotting, 4,600 spotting, and 450 damage. For Malinovka, I would say this is actually a great performance for me. 4,600 spotting, but it's nothing like spectacular. I mean, when I do get a Malinovka, if it's a game like this where I have the good team, I'll phrase it that way, then I would like to get a few thousand spotting damage. So we got mastery here, we got patrol duty, we did 4,900 spotting damage after everything kind of was calculated here and added up, and we do 450 damage. This is like 5,300, 5,400 combined, something like that, and not a bad game at all for the MT-25. So here we are. T103 looks like he had a really good game, and all right, so we'll move on to the third game, guys, and let's go. I was going to mention the battle pass again because I just ran out of premium, so I'm thinking that's the best move. Even if I just buy one of the three, I'm thinking it's worth it. But yeah, I never like spending real money, but I just feel like the deal is so good with the battle passes that, you know, I want to go for it. So okay, so Safe Haven, this is, like, I really like Safe Haven. I think it's very balanced, and even if I have a bad game on a map, like, if I like the map, it doesn't make me as annoyed, if that makes sense, because there's some maps that are just garbage for light tanks, and you'll hear me say this all the time. This is a tier 8 game. We haven't got into a 6 game. I believe this has been it's been tier 7, and then I think the second game was either tier 7 or tier 8, and this game is a tier 8. So we've been bottom tier each time. So also keep that in mind for the score. Like, for the previous game, we were bottom tier, so to get a score like that at bottom tier is, you know, very exciting. But in terms of damage, you know, just always keep in mind that your pen might not hold up to some of these like tier 8 vehicles, you know. So on this map, what I like to do now is come up to this bush. I feel like, you know, the old school play on this map is to just go up like in here, but I don't really like that. I really like getting this angle, and I feel like it's pretty easy to run away if you do get spotted, but the shots, the angle for the shots is so much better. And if you are a light tank with decent concealment, you can pretty much get away with shooting people without even getting spotted, depending on like who's here, right? So EBR is coming around, and this is what I'm looking for, right? Like, I spot him, and now I have the perfect angle to take shots at this guy without really getting hit myself. You just have to watch behind you. I have no one else really up here, so if someone comes from behind me, I need to run away. Let's see. Okay. I shouldn't be spotted from something like that. Yeah, if this bush wasn't here, this spot wouldn't be as good, but because this bush is here, it just makes this spot like really nice. Because you can spot people like this coming up, and it's just, it's so much more effective in my opinion, because you're in the middle of the map here, and you're spotting people here. But if you're over here and you're spotting people, then it kind of like eliminates other plays. Like if you needed to, for instance, if you needed to help the heavies for whatever reason, like if they start losing a lot of HP and you need to help them, you're right here. So you can just make a play to run out. You know what I mean? It's better to be like more centralized with your position on the map as a light tank, because it's just, you can help people out a lot faster. So we could have taken shots at the Basoto there, but I'm kind of waiting for some better shots here. See if the EBR opens himself up to another shot. I'll take it. Okay. Right. Was I even spotted there? I didn't look. I just assumed I was spotted from taking that shot, so I backed up. But I was focused on the M48, and I didn't even look for the Sixth Sense bulb. Okay, and now this is where you have to be careful. So this guy's coming. I'm just going to run away. I feel like it's the right play. Like, I'm not going to try and push this guy because the M48, it looks like he moved on now, but I didn't know that, so he could have taken those shots at my rear or at my side if I went that way. So I'm going to sit right here just for a moment, kind of reassess the situation. I see the TNH coming up. I was going to try and go after the Crusader. I don't want to take a shot from the TNH, though. So Skoda's here. We'll let him kind of take the shots here. Alright, waiting for this guy to kind of back up. That was close. I think he did. So I'm going to pull out now, and I'm going to go after the Crusader. Should be safe from him. I'm not sure where this guy went, to be honest. There he is. Let him come down. Brilliant. Okay. What's next? What's next? What's next? We need to make sure that these guys don't push like into the Type 58. If we can hold this, we actually have a chance, because we have a lot of people going after the TNH. The TNH is going to die. We need to hold the base now. I think at this point, this is a defend the base strategy, and we're going to go for it. Before these guys push, I'm wondering if I can get into like this area right here. This is a pretty good bush line. Oh, Panther. Did he spot me? No. Okay. These guys are all like running the opposite direction, man. I need them to be like right here to help defend the base, but I'm just going to try and stay unlit as long as possible. Let's see. I think I should have the right concealment to avoid getting lit by this guy. Let's see. Wow, man. Oh, man. I love the game mechanics of this game. It's just incredible, man. Wait to see if someone can support me here. Dude, we might honestly be able to... I don't think the angle is right, though. I was going to say we could push right here and get right here without him even spotting me, but I think there's the gap. You know what I mean? Let's see. No, I think we can actually do this. I think we can get away with this. I love bushes. Okay. Next is the Panther. We're just going to flank this guy. It looks like he's kind of running after the Type 58. Just going to do one of these. Okay. Panther's dead, and J Panther. Wild game, man, but I think my brain is working well for these 3 games. I haven't played the game in a few days, but I think we played very well. I'm going to end the session here after these 3 pretty good games, guys. I do have a couple other things I want to get done today before I go to work, but I think this was a good session, and I don't want to ruin it with a 4th game that we get, like, you know, some garbage map or something like that. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please subscribe, like the video. You know, it really just helps the algorithm, helps people to see it on like their recommended and stuff like that. And that's it, guys. Yeah, I don't think I have anything really more to say about this vehicle. We talk about it a lot at the beginning. And again, it's fairly easy to mark this thing. You know, I will look at the stats we have on here. 96.44%, and you know, this is kind of like, I've told you that the A20 is very easy to mark. This thing is almost exactly the same. It's just because people's performance in these 2 vehicles are just not very good, and not a lot of good players play them, I guess. So that's why they're pretty easy to mark. And if you are going to try and mark this thing, I would recommend setting it up like this. Run Binox if you don't have the best crew. Like if you don't have recon and situational awareness, run Binox instead of vents. But this is kind of how I would set it up. You know, and just use its mobility. Like this tank, the top speed is not great, but the acceleration and the traverse is insane. So don't be afraid to kind of make a couple active scout runs and use that to your advantage in the right situation. That's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Take care, and I will catch you for the next one. Bye-bye now.